세러데이 쇼다운 DRX 대 농심 레드포스.
When MF, when you're playing into D plus with counter pick, can be pretty scary. Looks like Beryl is just going to go for the Nautilus though. Unless... oh, this would be crazy. This would be hard winning, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's super popular in solo queue. In fact, on the latest patch they just hit today, they actually nerfed it because it's been running rampant.
There you go. It's happening. Beryl's Fiddlesticks. And they're going up against this with Fiddlesticks for Beryl in game number 1. Very interesting stuff. He's got the hat. DRX up against Steve Muskia, game 1. So we could see more of that in the future being a problem. And they're getting first push here, so LazyFiel and Nanda will have it back. And Beryl from a winning lane. You know, at level 1, his ability to lifesteal isn't huge, but at least it keeps him relatively happy. We do have a Pantheon coming in, and Beryl's just dead, so all this talk about Beryl's Fiddlesticks and their winning lane state and stuff like that.
Been a little bit here and there with that one, but Sponge going to contest this. But it's 2 for D+, and they can just dip out. They won't get the full 3, but they get the feat of strength contribution. You can itemize early in the lifesteal, which is so rare in the modern era League of Legends with 80 carry itemization. And then once you get Bloodthirster, not many champions can walk up to you. Now, Rich.
Shoot, about to get his ult, and the ult just misses, so... I mean, they can still go for it with Permafrost, and Rich, yeah, he's gonna bounce straight into a Sejuani, and you see his reaction. He is not happy. Somewhat of a team fight person. Oh. I got him.
Did look like he was trying to leave the kill.
We gotta push this in real quick, like, come on. We're diving top, and we're diving bot. Rich in a lot of trouble, I think he's just dead, but the top lane, oh, he's able to trade back, actually, on a Beryl. But Siu, he is taking it up, but actually LazyFiel sticking around for the kill, and he gets taken down.
Here, I mean, this is the power of that Fiddlesticks ult coming in. Rich was nearly mega, so you can see there was some concern. They try to chain the CC and unfortunately fail. But I think it's fine, you know, Beryl likes dying anyway. Yeah, it's a great flash, and he saves the W for so long. Doesn't really block much here, but it does give him the extra resist, dodges the spear at the end. And then here, unfortunately LazyFiel gets the aggro, but really well played from...
Meanwhile, this time I don't know if he can outplay this one. He is going to dash, but yeah, one more auto with the soldier gets it done. UCal.
Often?
Pretty often, yeah.
Yeah.
Dashes in. Nobody's on vision. Thinks he's alone.
Wanted to push the wave in. Didn't expect anyone to be there. A little unfortunate for Shiu.
All right, well, Shiu, he's been through this before, right? We do have an ult, and it's when he's in the mist. Now we have Pantheon showing up, but a little bit late to the party. I think it's still okay. No miss. Sponge gets the kill, and there you go. Now LazyFiel, he went the wrong way, and he's going to cleanse there at the end.
The trick is just to get the cone size right. Just don't be wrong.
Don't be wrong.
Yeah,
take the right cone.
Set him for Dragon here. Beryl has a great angle.
I'm not going to spot him, though. But they have control of Banana Brush, which is going to make this much better. The Fear comes in, and that's a very interesting Nico ult. He has to flash away just to survive, I guess, using that ult. But now it's just a flip, and it does go to Sponge, as now Beryl goes over the wall. A lot of low health bars there on the side of DRX, but they get the Drake, and they get out, so...
But letting and then Beryl,
we're just ulting on aiming here. He's going to have to flash away, and now we get a big team fight. Lucid is really not landing those ults today. In comes the Pantheon and saves them from Showmaker, who has to bail, but LazyFiel, super low, gets flash and smoked, but Lucid is pretty much dead.
You're dead, Lucid. Just take the Heartsteel stack.
Yeah, get the stack.
Or do him.
Get the stack. Okay, well, instead, like, why isn't it like BGs or something?
I think that'd be copyrighted by the BGs.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're diving Shiu again, and yeah, I think he's just dead. Even Gwen can sustain against that, but now they're just going to start Otacon. First smite already used by Lucid. They want to... Really not much you can do unless you're in a good spot in the game, but he's not. So
there's a lot of champions who can just come inside the Shroud and you're like, yeah, I'm fine to do this.
Pretty much everybody. And now they're engaging on the Sejuani in a really bad spot. A huge amount of damage into Sponge, who is just CC'd, not able to put the shield up. Beryl, weird spot for him. Rich is going to jump in. The rest of the team was backing away. The rest of the team was running away. You had already lost the guy.
Could be good. They have smite.
Yeah, there's nothing really they can do without the Pantheon, who's still not alive. 1 second, and that's exactly when the Baron goes down. So DK, they were just hanging out in their jungle. That's just the way it goes.
This is getting chunked here, though.
Yeah.
The Shiwu
finish, and now here's the engage from Andal. Catches 4, but nobody, not a single person follows up. Shiwu, meanwhile, frontlining. And he's just going to go down. Still advantage here for the side of DK. Oh! And the double Q and the double ult. They both flash over the wall just to get away. It like bounces off the wall for some reason. And in the face, you're like, what the hell? It's not even supposed to do that.
I really deserve to take 110 damage at level 3.
Yeah, you count. That's that arm guard. Gonna come into big effect, and now Lucid in a bit of trouble. He is being chunked down, but now Beryl comes in, saves his jungler, and keeps the team alive, does a bunch of damage. Now the follow-up, though, on in, and a big sweep from UCal. Might be enough, but Shiu finally able to show up, but I don't think it's enough for the team, as Lazyfield got in the back line and totally cleaned up the entire DK team. As Lucid, he had to abandon ship a long time ago. He's not in the fight anymore. Does Shiu get out here?
He does have Chemtech Soul active.
He's just gonna dash into the turret. So dies to Andal, which is good.
I want to see him do it. I want to see him just go for it.
All eyes on Beryl.
There we go.
He's doing it. He's going to get a big one. Catches the front line, but it is Sponge. He kills Andal, though, and that's the big takeaway. UCal at least able to sweep them away. Yeah.
It's all in for the Elder Flip.
Well, that's challengers, baby. We do need a jungler for DRX if it's going to be a true flip. Instead, they're just turning on a Rich, and he basically gets 3 into the wall. Showmaker not going to go down, though, and Lazyfield is so deep he just dies. Although they do trade it here for Showmaker. Lucid getting low himself, but the follow-up is just not there. Sponge by himself has to flash away. Going to just take him down. GA available. And still give the kill over to Shiu, his second of the game. I mean, the wave clear is it's okay. Oh, very nice angle here for Lucid. That's going to be an easy cleanup on a UCal. And now your wave clear of the Azir is gone. So now, looking for the end here is DK with 40 seconds of Elder Buff. Not going to get the knock up here on a Rich. No ult available for Showmaker either, but the burn is coming in. And
silence.
Yeah, that is a big silence coming in. And now, Beryl over the top with the ults. Don't quite have a lot of damage into Rich, actually, as they all live, and the wave is not here. So DK just have to back away.
That looks like DRX are a little bit too timid to contest.
It's just a Baron. Flash down, Lucid taking damage too. Poke War going the way heavily of DRX already. And now it's DRX that have position. Andal looks for the engage. Again, no follow-up though. And now we have it going to the Gwen of all people. Lazyfield going in. They try to take out aiming. And they will get him down to his GA, but that's not enough to win the fight here, as the Elder Buff will just execute everybody. And they only got aiming's GA, and that's it. DK will push and probably just end the game.
D+. Over the course of this game, they were generally ahead, but there were some throws here and there. They will close out the game and go to a 1-0, but it's still not the convincing wins we'd hope from D+, but a game win they sorely needed. Yeah, kind of all over the place, this game. UCal on the Azir, solid. You know, prioritizing that, I definitely think worthwhile.
Yeah. Showmaker did less damage than the Sejuani of Lucid.
Nearly did less damage than Beryl.
Lucian.
So they just end up going Lucian Braum? I mean, it's a decent combo. I mean, you could
I don't know if
Rel.
they have enough damage.
You could go Rel. You could also go Karma. Does end up going the Rel. Very short range composition. And in terms of engage options, it is kind of just either Xin Zhao run at them or Sion charge in. Not ideal. Also, playing Lucian, like everyone's like your carries a short range into an Annie.
Game number 2. They have been known to win game 1s and then kind of falter a little bit, but game 1 wasn't super convincing, so maybe that streak isn't what we're going to get tonight. DRX, D+ Kia, game 2 starts now.
It's pretty close. You could see that going either way. I think DRX feels similarly and back off. You get some poke on aiming though. And Beryl missed all the initial XP.
Yeah. Well,
You can see that, right? I'm not going crazy.
I don't remember that specifically, but now the flash comes in, and guess who doesn't have it? It is aiming. He has to use his barrier. Beryl also getting punished here quite a bit. And flash forward, actually dash forward from LazyFeel, and well, at least the Q missed. Just a wee bit. Meanwhile, this time though, Yukal's going to get over here first. Lucid does have the flash.
That being said, if it's about joining the fight first.
Yeah. Rich ults Siu, who now is going to flash away and is incredibly low. Showmaker just looking for that angle, though, trying to bait them into this one was DK, and it will be very successful. Yukal not able to help them out at all. Showmaker 1v2 essentially, but he does have Tibbers, so 2v2, I guess you could say. Meanwhile, we get a stun here on the Beryl. It's going to be Cloud or Infernal. Those are the only two left. LazyFeel, awkward spot, but now he's got Braum, and he's standing behind Braum. He's doing what he's told, but now the culling comes out, and Beryl in a rough spot has to flash.
How did you spread it?
The paper, I pulled it up like this.
Why would you do that? Brendan.
It's an accident.
Making a mess.
Well, we're
Speaking of
fighting.
making a mess.
We're actually fighting, and DK are like, no, never mind, I was just kidding. And TP comes out, and now they engage after the fact. Dondo, though, is going to get away. Nice kick here on a sponge. And DK will get the first kill. It is a Cloud Soul, in fact. Ooh, that's going to miss. Lucid going in, taking a bunch of damage, but LazyFeel is low as well. 1Q takes him out, follows him on the flash. As Yukal desperate to do the damage, but aiming is essentially a tank compared to all these low health members, trying to land a stun, but he just flashes away.
Will Lucid do it?
No, yes, he will. He actually will. He's still at flash. And that's why. And now he's got another Q. Gets the execute. And Rich, the only one to get away from him.
And then you just shock blast to clean up.
Trying to engage here. They don't have flash on aiming. He's just going to try to dodge it, but he just gets chunked. 100-0. Down he goes. Showmaker in a bunch of trouble as well. It's 2 kills now to DRX. Yeah, should be. I mean, DK... We'll see if they do challenge this. Lucid just hanging around, just going to kick, but he's not able to get in range. And at least does avoid the knock-up. He hasn't heard it enough.
Yeah.
We need to tell him more.
Need to tell him again.
Drift? What's drift, Egon? Yeah, see, he doesn't know. He's asking.
He's asking. He wants to know what drifting is.
They're just doing Otacon. DK, they are doing the objective. No TP for Showmaker.
Yeah, they've seen it, though. And it's going very slowly. You can slow play this and let the stacks build up.
No TP yet.
Oh my.
Showmaker.
No, you can't do this anymore.
LazyFeel too low.
Stop. This flash
Okay.
even.
They're just sticking around. They're just going to culling it down, and it goes to Xintao. They actually get it, and a big ult in the front line is going to take out the Rel already. The follow-up damage, though, is big from DK. But they really need to get a lot out of this fight for it to be worth it for them. Doesn't look like it will be. DRX only lose Sponge, and they get Otacon for it.
And Lucid now looking for Sponge.
Yeah, Sponge, awkward spot, gonna get kicked, but Yukal is here, immediately stunned. They try to turn onto Sponge now. The Magnet Storm is big, and Sponge isn't able to do anything as they're all within the circle, and he gets taken out. And now, are they gonna take down Lucid? The answer is absolutely not. Aiming says, well, you can culling, we'll just take your brother down as they take out Yukal. She wasn't even here.
He just doesn't miss these sonic waves.
Siu gives him the big thumbs up, and he's just gonna knock him away. But, okay, no stun just yet. Siu still faster.
Just keep running, Shu.
Running towards the turret.
You're dead.
Flash on in. I don't think Rich had to flash.
Oh, TP comes in. Rich has ult.
Yeah, Showmaker.
Rich is the carry?
Oh, he's setting up another one. I think Showmaker's just
Wow,
gonna
that's a lot of damage.
die. With the shields. Yukal just lives.
Guys, is Rich just the carry? He just procs such a much longer range. Like that, like it was proc on Beryl.
Oh, big damage on a Sponge. Siu a little bit behind the play, though, and a really nice Braum knockup to prevent the damage from coming in after Beryl engages. And so now DRX in a good spot here in this fight as well. Rich he is untouchable. Lucid has to go in onto the Scion just to get away, but he's running straight at Yukal. And another slow is going to come down. DK sticking around for this one. TP coming down. And, yeah, they're just going to abandon ship. Very interesting.
Wait,
He's the carry, okay? He's here.
He just TP'd like 5 meters, you know? Will D+ do anything about it, or will they just send it? I feel like it's a send it angle.
Just send it for the Instagram, I think.
Send it. It's oh, short wall.
They're caught behind the wall. Lucid gonna get it though, and he gets out as well. And yeah, he gets over to the Krugs. He's totally fine. I think Showmaker's not.
He's the sacrifice.
That's fine.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
All right, Showmaker. Yeah. Well, they get the consolation prize.
A good poke.
Yeah, good poke here. Even the Lee Sin Q's doing a decent amount of damage.
Lucid does want to go in, but it's very dangerous.
I feel like they should have started this much earlier and set up a wall. Like, they might just get it anyway. As yeah, it's Cloud Soul, Lucid a bit late to the party. And now we got the setup here. Looks like Andal gonna hold up the door, but nobody else is really able to get in. Very nice kick to set this one up. As the Scion, we will really test if we can kill the Scion. I think eventually with 5 people on him, they will. So DK win the fight, but they lose the soul.
Oh! Serpent's Fang does not work on Brom's shield, you know? So a little bit misleading.
Okay, we're just going in. Sponge kicked over the wall. Walking Smite is not living very long, and he's just dead.
Yep.
Okay, maybe gonna kill Beryl here, and they do. Meanwhile, Showmaker is very far behind, just zoning everybody away.
Yeah, he's can't kill Rich.
Offering himself as sacrifice once again. He's pretty fast. No, he's not fast anymore.
Just let him go.
It is Baron here for DK.
Whoa.
Rich?
I think they actually can just kill you, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know about this one, Rich. Yeah, he's just dead. And a nice shock blast from Shu to finish it off. Yukal's got a great angle here for a wall. Well, he's gonna put up a wall, but Lucid's in, and it's just gonna leash. And aggro in, Sponge, keep him alive, and he'll do the job.
No, he's fine!
No! Oh, but he's able to survive in the Crescent Guard. They can't take him down, and they get the Rel. And now Shu taking a massive amount of damage as well. Lucid desperate to do something, but DRX are just winning the fight. Shu comes back from the dead, but it doesn't matter. He's dead again. And now they can just push bot and end the game.
They don't even need the walking smite. He just fought. The smite wasn't needed.
Quest complete. They did it. 10 seconds on Beryl is not enough. And it's just done. They're down golds. Doesn't matter. And we're on the DK side of Wall Park right now. It's very quiet as they are stunned by this loss here in Game 2. They should take down Beryl because, well, might as well boost your stats, and that they will. The Nexus goes down, and we will have a Game 3.
You know, they found a winning strategy. What a crazy game. You know, Lazyfield had a pretty good performance. I thought this game would be very difficult with his short range. Rich was just a brick wall. And if you look at the damages on D+, you'd be like, wow, that's a lot. Looking at mid lane picks, I think the Galio is really good here.
Yeah.
Great defensively to ult, good CC. You can just channel the taunt when everyone's in the mixer. Wasn't certain if we'd see Showmaker play it, but they do bring it out.
Kasante mid. Camille mid. Camille mid or Galio mid.
Yeah,
probably Galio mid and Camille top.
I think that makes the most sense. I mean, this is a lot of power. Camille does have Cho'Gath Q on her Cho'Gath ult on her Q.
Close enough.
Just close enough, you know. Zaya's going to come out, so going for a bit more of a defensive pick, concerned about that Camille Galio, which I think shows the value of the Gragas and then leaving the AD carry to last. Given they already saw the support matchup.
Yeah, that was the first pick. I think he's got a lot of work to do in this one. Whereas the top side of the map feels great. The Gragas as well for the side of DRX feels pretty good here in this draft of number 3. Let's jump onto the Rift.
Virus. And typically you expect them to have pressure in this lane, but they've been bullied out pretty hard. Beryl, lack of flash, and also the Gragas just kind of...
Fair.
Oh. Well, he can't just do that.
Well, that's not fair either.
Yeah. Just smash those hot dogs.
He just ate them. Looks like it does go the way of Sponge, and now, oh, the belly boop. Get out of here. And now Showmaker's going in, and he's quite tanky, but the follow-up finally does come down. First blood does go to the Gragas, but immediately Lucid going to pick up a kill.
And they'll just have flash.
Yeah. Just waiting to hold it. And there it is. Oh! Okay, he's fine. And Galio does a bit of AP on the side. You know, it kind of plays itself.
Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah, here we go. There it is, the Camille and the Galio. Rich not really able to do anything. He is going to flash, though, and the damage is still there. The follow flash comes through from Shiwu, and that is another kill over to DK.
Beer to flick. Bigger flip the beer.
While we're engaging here on aiming, the flash is avoided, and aiming gets out of the charm, but it's not really going to matter. The damage is still there. TP does come in. Aiming still incredibly low, and they're chasing Sponge down on the bottom side. The turnaround is there for DK. A Showmaker just keeping up with you, Cal.
Dead.
Waiting for his cooldowns. And eventually, with the taunt coming in, and a couple more hits, and
cooldown anything.
an Infuriate ability.
I think.
And yeah, that should be enough. There you go. They finally did it. And DK got 4 kills in that fight. Yeah, so like the dog eats the scraps from like the table, right?
He's actually a hot dog.
Yeah, so Beryl might just be dead, which I suppose he will enjoy. Yeah, the Q comes down and UCal just gets a kill. Yeah.
She was getting a little bit cooked there. Does kind of need a recall if he wants to TP into this fight.
Actually cooked. Now they engage on a Lucid who doesn't have cooldowns, but he's got a Galio, and he goes untargetable, but the damage comes through, and he's the main target, or rather the main carry, and now he's out of the fight. It's LazyFeel, just Beryl trying to get a kill on Ondel. It's not going to happen. Meanwhile, LazyFeel and UCal trying to land this here on a Galio. There it is with the charm, and that's another kill over to UCal. DRX.
Okay. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know Shiwu can't TP. Why are you still trying to fight this? Oh, now he's TPing. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Rich is probably... Is he dead? He's got flash.
It was Ocean! Neither of us were right. Rich is... Yeah, he's dead. So, but...
Well, the
UCal's up here getting the turret.
Like, it just gave the stats and gold and XP, so, like, it didn't help you end the game. So games would go really long and no one could end.
So this time, I don't think the belly boop is going to help very much. Ondel doesn't even bother to flash.
It looks like they might end up giving it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one Ocean Drake after all. Lucid has other ideas as he goes untargetable, has to flash over the wall. Meanwhile, Ondel getting very low. Flash in from aiming just to try to kill a Gragas, but now they've got the combo. They find LazyFeel, but the knockup doesn't get him, but he's still trapped. And no, he's going to live, actually, for a little bit. And then he goes down as Rich is in a bit of trouble, and the chains are going to hit Sponge, actually, who gives up his life for his top laner. And DK are able to convert this into a very nice fight. Combo in onto UCal, and Beryl will just take the kill and even survive here up against Rich. So DK, another kill on the board.
Good amount of kills for D+. They do lose out on the feats of strength. They do lose out on the dragon, but they managed to clean up some of those kills on the back end. And now DRX in a difficult position. Do we want to flip Baron or do we want to flip Atakan? Looks like it's Atakan.
Flip Atakan, yeah. You know, we chunked out the jungler. We can do Atakan.
I mean,
is what they say.
Pretty far.
They're doing a lot of damage. And Chain's gonna hit onto UCal. He's in a lot of trouble. And they just look for that mid laner. And now it's a flip. Guess what? We're flipping objectives again. And it goes the way of DK this time. As the 50-50 goes to Lucid, and now they still have the combo. The ult saves him for just a second. And now Rich is like, well, I lost my team. I guess I'll just walk towards DK and hope to join them. Sponge.
He's trying to join the jungle camps, I guess.
He's like, those wolves are pretty strong. I should try to join them.
Look, as we talked about earlier, we gave it a little bit of a lesson on statistics. I don't know if you remember last game. It's exciting, right?
It was.
Doesn't it get your blood pumping when you're like, hey, we could just throw the game right now if this goes wrong?
They are not very risk averse.
Do you know why they do that? Because they could have gotten the win. They could have flipped the right way.
Even if they got Otacon, there's no guarantee they win. LazyFeel.
Doesn't that make it exciting?
It was very exciting. There wasn't a lot of action before that. But now there's a lot of action in favor of DK. So that's what they went for. UCal gonna get ulted here. Sponge barely surviving, but UCal not for very long. And he goes down too to aiming to sniping him. And now you're not getting away from this composition. Lucid looking to take out LazyFeel. Actually gonna lose the fight.
Showmaker, he's got this, land the Q.
Oh,
that's
he's
cheating,
flashing.
that's cheating.
Yeah, actually cheating.
You had to throw the Q.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna allow that one.
Either way, I think the game is just over. Just like that. One Otacon flip into Baron, into game. DK win. that's the story of this one, guys. And Andil find a little bit of time. But yeah, he's dead.
I have to pick a POM.
Good luck with that. So yeah, DK, the favored team, they win tonight. That's what we can take away from this one. The 2-1 victory. You see, there's not a lot of big smiles on their faces. More like relief. I think you're thinking about your POM.
I am thinking a lot about my POM.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a hard POM.
Yeah, Lucid got 3 kills in the beginning.
And he also, like, game 1 and 2, he was mostly there. Oh, I don't know, man. Is there any POM you can really feel good about?
He didn't hit a lot of Sejuani ults, I'll say that.
There was zoning ults. Look,
he hit some.
It was a tough POM, right? Don't judge me. We are going to see
Well, it is going to be him. It's Lucid, so you're saved this time, Onks. Or you're with, you know, Soup and TTJ.
Oh, God. What if I
all voted for the same guy?
What if I corrupted it? I mean, the way I see it is like, who else would it have been?
Thank you so much, you guys. This is Steer for the POM interview translation, joined by Lucid on the side of D plus Kia.
POM을 받은 루시드 선수와 인터뷰 나눠보겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
Congratulations. Thank you.
와, 오늘 팬분들께서도 정말 뜨거운 환호 보내주셨어요.
Wow, the fans are
승리
so rowdy today for you guys.
항상
How do you feel after that victory? You know, we always get so much support and energy from the fans, and you know, the match got lengthened out. It was pretty rough, but I think the energy that our fans sent us helped us a lot.
어떤 점이 필요하다라고 판단하셨을까요?
So what was necessary to turn the team spirit around? I think we had a lot of feedback and review, and we just made sure that not the team wasn't too depressed. So did that give you a meaningful result? Yeah, of course.
맞습니다. 이제부터 분위기 반전하면서 연승을 이어나가야 할 텐데요. 오늘 경기를 한번 돌아보겠습니다. 1세트부터
And so let's talk about the games. From game 1, we got a Fiddle pocket pick with Beryl locking him in. Fiddlesticks appeared for the first time after 2,280 days, and since it's not a traditional support, you had to consider some risks. So how was it on stage? Yeah, it's not a pick that you see often, but Beryl actually suggested that he wanted to play, so we just trusted him. We just let him pick it.
그래서 또 승리를 가져가셨습니다. 2세트에서 루시드 선수의 선택은 리신이었습니다.
And looking at game 2, your pick was Lee Sin. And against the enemies in Zhao, Sion, and Talia, it felt pretty tricky for Lee Sin to do something proactive. So what made you lock him in? I think even in practice, I did play Lee Sin a couple times, and I think we saw very good results. So I think today I wanted to show some good Lee Sin gameplay after a while. So that's why I made that choice today. And although you lost this game, the Lee Sin piloted by Lucid was unlike other. And in game 3, you took Nefuri as the B1 pick, so why was she prioritized over Varus? I think it's because of our jungle picks getting banned in games 1 and 2, and just we had to keep our options open. And for game 3, from the early to mid and late game, there was so much back and forth. What was the win condition for game 3? I can't remember too much, but there were a lot of times that we got killed from the top dive from the enemy, but I think we just decided, hey, we should just try to play it out slowly and more calmly. And with the new patch, it feels like the game's tempo is a lot slower. So how does it feel for the players? I feel like with the Void Grub changes, I feel like the game has been going a lot slower and the laning phase is a lot longer as well. So I think that's why we keep seeing Nexus blow up a lot later. And since you're able to break your loss streak, can you please give us a victory ceremony? 1, 2, 3.
정말 루시드 선수의 이 세레머니 팬분들 너무너무 보고 싶으셨을 것 같습니다.
You know, all your fans must really miss you doing this ceremony. And to keep continuing this winning streak, what is your resolution? You know, our fans have been waiting so long for this victory, and I hope that we're able to continue
네.
working hard to
오늘도
give you
정말
guys more
멋진 플레이
wins.
보여주신 루시드 선수에게 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Let's give it up for Lucid one more time. And back to the space. Thank you.